Okay. Hink, don't be throwing no shade at me. I just want to say that I caught it. But I agree with some things Amira said and some things Viz said. Um, I got married very young, 19. Um, so the things that I know now, like in my 30s about marriage and kind of going through a separation, one of the things that allowed me and him to come back together was forgiveness. We were so busy kind of like pointing out what the other one wasn't doing or who's doing more or whatever, and it became like a place where we weren't friends anymore, and we lost sight of what was really important. So this time around, we're friends. We talk about everything, which is why we have a more well balanced marriage this time around, where we're both heard. He don't have to raise his voice. He don't have to tell me more than once. I can pick up on cues and things of that type of nature. And prior to that, was just like I was kind of doing like a lot, like to kind of distract me from the fact that I didn't have a partner. Yeah, I was dating. That was fun, but when it all settled down, you everybody wants their own person, and it's nothing like having your own person that understands you, that accepts you and loves you for who you are, flaws and all. There are days where you're not going to be 100% happy, but you're still happy. And like Amira said, it's just the when you in love with somebody, it's a selfless type of act. Like you put yourself last. You're still first, but you put yourself last. You're serving. But when it is a give and take type of relationship, when one hand washes the other, that type of marriage makes you happy, knowing that somebody is looking out for you the same way that you're looking out for them. Like I got you just like you got me. You're gonna, it's not just one sided. And this time around is like that, and I'm super happy. And I don't know. I just feel like what we went through kind of just made us stronger and just proved the test of time. Like, all right, you know what? This is your person, Ashley. Y'all not perfect. Y'all went through y'all shit. Y'all, got the experience that y'all got out on the outside world or whatever and realized like, nah, this ain't it. So I don't know. I love it.
All right. Go ahead, True.
Congratulations, Ash.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I think that because of who she is, she at one time was one of the most popular R&B stars of an era. She has a lot of eyes on her, and we do give a lot of attention to our celebrities. That's just kind of how it goes. And she decided to marry Nelly, and that's beautiful. But I think what resonated with me from what Amir said was relationships, marriage. Maybe without her saying it, this is me injecting words. It's difficult. It's work. It's not always easy. I know she struggled to use the word happiness, and I think that is the disconnect in maybe cultures, Americans and globally. A lot of times when you spend time with people outside of America, you'll hear them talk about relationships in the same capacity, in the same way, because there is an understanding that two is better than one. There's an understanding that the connection necessary for sustainability in life requires an investment from myself and then from her and then from family. And Americans have a very singular independent perspective. So it makes relationships seem harder and we're making it harder on ourselves. So I think that I'm glad that Ashanti arrived at a place to where she chose to choose Nelly and he chose her at their celebrity because they didn't have to, and that they're walking through it together. I think that we collectively as a community probably can start to look at life, from Hink's perspective, Viz's perspective, JR's perspective, Amir's perspective, Dies, and figure out what it is that we want to create in our own individual lives as well as a community. Relationships are not all rainbows and sunshine. Dealing with another person is work. But I think if you're willing to put yourself in that, you'll come out the other side better. And I digress.
All right. Anybody else got any final thoughts? Think you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I think I said what I need to say. Let me get one more final thought for you, for us black men. Black men protect themselves at all times. Where you got to get on somebody's couch or somebody's Zoom meet, you do what you got to do for your mental. Hey, make sure you get your A1C in order. Make sure you go out there and get a full physical, man. Take care of yourself. We only get one shot at life. And for a man of a certain age like KR, myself, and Via's old ass, make sure you get a colonoscopy and a prostate check, man. Colon cancer's a motherfucker, man. Let's conquer the world one day. We got to do it one day at a time. But we can't do it if we ain't here for it. So do what we got to do for you as far as your health.
All right. Anybody else?
Just love your person. I always tell my friends this because we still in the dating process, and I do find that a lot of women bring up happiness a lot and try to be happy all the time. It's not about being happy all the time, but it's about being at peace. And yeah, y'all might argue, y'all might fight, you might not always be happy, but the way y'all fix those mistakes, and it's y'all against the problem, not y'all against each other, that'll probably motivate you to keep going and realize, okay, this is the problem he's bringing up. And it's not he's attacking me, but we're attacking the problem. I think that's very important. And I think that's what Ashanti was kind of touching on, because she's like, it's not 1,000% all the time, but even it's like, I feel like when you get to a point of love, it's like, even after arguments, it's like, okay, we did good this time. Like, I know we just yelled at each other, but we did good. Or it's like, oh, I'm mad, but then now y'all favorite TV show about to come on, and it's like, you still mad at me? We finna watch this tonight or not? So it's like, yeah, you got to embrace it all in order to really understand what real love is, because I think it was Lapeef or Viz who said, I think it was Viz, love comes in different forms. And if you look at all the relationships in your life, whether it's your friends for 20 years, your sister, your brother, your mother, your mom, whoever it is, it all took work. It all had unhappy moments. It had moments where you just was like, I'm not going to be your sister no more. And it's like, damn, I got to be your sister. So it's like, yeah, you got to find that person that's worth it. And I think a lot of women have to stop going by a checklist and be like, dang, is he worth putting this effort into? Does he make my days that much different? And I think that's what matters.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Di. My final thoughts is this. If you can show me a perfect world, sign me up.
Seriously.
But the truth is, perfection has never existed. So why do we expect marriage or any part of life to be flawless? Life is work. Relationships are work. And if you're not willing to put the effort, then maybe it's not for you. But ask yourself this. If not that, then what? What are you going to do? Nobody wants to grow old. But if that's the road you choose, then more power to you. The real challenge in life isn't about chasing happiness. It's about finding fulfillment. Happiness is fleeting. We always say that on the panels, right? But true enjoyment comes from purpose. And our purpose is not about serving ourselves. I've said this plenty of times. Our purpose on this earth is to serve others. When you wake up each day, ask yourself, who am I here to serve? Because the strength of your tribe, the depth of your connections, and the impact you leave behind, that's what truly defines a life well lived.